Hi there, and welcome to this week's World Networking Podcast. Today we're going to have Guru Boy joining us to talk about his Twitch streaming, YouTube content creation, and TikTok social media introduction to kind of his part in all of it, how he interacts with his community, and what keeps him around, what keeps him going. So it's a show I hope you guys enjoy. I've been a little sick, so forgive me for my audio, but we're going to get started here. Thank you for stopping by. All right, welcome to the World Networking Podcast. Today we have Guru with us, and he's going to be explaining some of his streaming experience to you guys. So Guru, what kind of streamer are you? Let's start there.
Well, right now I've been only streaming Apex Legends. That's the main game I've been playing on, and just basically just playing for fun, playing a little bit of rank, a little bit of custom games, a little bit of everything. But it is pretty fun. It's pretty fun, something new.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot in the FPS scene right now. What defines you, Guru? What defines you making your content, and are there any values to that you brought?
Let's see. Well, I've been streaming for a while, so like I never thought about it like that. But honestly, I just feel like basically trying to make a community, I guess, out of nothing. Like get people together, that enjoy my content, but also enjoy the other people that join my stream. So like, just like be there for everyone else and everyone else being for me, I guess.
Yeah,
it's just like like make more friends. Like just basically build a strong community. And but I never thought about it like that. Like what I'm standing for or whatever. But yeah, so far it's been so good.
that's good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just wanting a sense of connection with others, and especially the sharing media.
Yeah.
And I know Apex, from my experience of playing, like has a lot of diverse crowds that come from different years of experience in FPS. So it's always fun learning about the community within it.
Yeah, so I mean, right now that's the game I enjoy playing, so that's why I'm doing Apex. Other than that, I try Warzone, but it's just not my cup of tea, and I really don't enjoy it, so I'm not gonna do something that I'm not having fun in. So that's
Yeah,
why.
I don't blame you there.
Yeah,
I don't think many can, especially when you have control over what
yeah,
you spend your time with. So it's important to know that what you enjoy matters.
yeah. It's
Um,
pretty good.
well, that's good. What brought you into streaming to begin with?
So since I think I was in middle school, I started with watching YouTube videos, and I used to like watching a lot of Call of Duty content back then. So I think back then it was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, so
And
this was like
I
around 2009, 2010, right?
yeah, it's a while. And then I really enjoyed it, and I've always liked it. But I never had a PC or nothing like to record myself. Didn't have money like that. So now that I fast forward to 2022, I got a PS5, and then I got the camera for the PS5, and I started streaming from my PS5 itself, and I really enjoyed it. So might as well give it a try. And I really enjoyed it, so I made a TikTok, started doing it there, like posting little clips, and I liked it. So I was like, I just liked it, and I just did it for almost a whole year until now, and it's
And just
been
kind of
going
just
good. I see the
connected.
results.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
so
connected with a lot of people.
yeah, and little by little, I'm getting more people, and like I enjoy, like I said, I enjoy. At first, I was really nervous. I feel like I've always wanted to like be out there, but the issue that I get really, I guess, nervous or shy or whatever, because that's how I was in high school. But now, after doing it so much, or like actually just, it's been going good. Like actually, now I enjoyed it more. So I stream on a PC now and stuff like that. And little by little, upgrading the setup, and it's been going good. And I actually enjoy it. I see the growth, and
That's good.
little by little is progress, and I feel like that's what matters.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, I can see the passion that you have through the content that you make. So, if you had the freedom to generate a form of content, such as something you find more enjoyable but are limited to performing due to the funds or situation, what would that content look like to you?
I get you. Let me see. I I don't think I have an answer for that since I really never thought about it like that. I feel like so probably make so once I have my get more people on my Twitch or whatever, maybe do like Apex tournaments or to even get more people on the stream or something that would like make everyone on the community be part of. So like tournaments. I
So, you
never,
like that aspect of people coming together for
yeah,
competition?
not just competition, but to be part of something. That's basically I feel like my main goal. So like anything that will have make other people like be part of something bigger. Um, that's what like I really really enjoy. And once I get it together, uh, it's actually really satisfying.
I
Cause I
think
feel
that's
like yeah,
like that's inspiring for a lot of people to see.
yeah. Cause I think so that will probably be the only goal that cause I really haven't thought about it like that. And
So, something I wanted to ask you was osteogenesis imperfecta. I know that's something that you experience, and is this a heavy thing that you deal with daily?
yeah, so I was since I was a kid. Well, basically I was born with it. I have a disability called osteogenesis imperfecta. You said it good. It's basically a genetics uh disability. So what it does is like it basically my bones are not able to get the so the bones are made of calcium, and if if you eat or drink or stuff like that that gives you calcium and your bones don't receive it, then your bones are gonna get brittle and they're gonna be weak. So that's what I have. I have a brittle bone disease. Basically, when I my bones cannot absorb the calcium that it needs. So like it's like a sponge. If it doesn't take it in, doesn't. That's the way I see it. So if your bones are brittle, they can easily get fractured, and if it gets fractured, then you need surgeries and stuff like that to get it fixed. So it's like it's like from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. So since I was a kid, well, basically since I was born, I've been having it until high school. I'll get sophomore year, junior year. Uh, it was pretty bad. Middle school days, I used to get surgeries like almost every month. Even my friends that I have now never saw me like that. But high school, it was when things started getting better and I started getting less fractures. So now, like on stream, people like they just know I'm in a wheelchair or stuff like that, but they don't really know like what's going on. Like why I have so many surgeries or cuts in my hands. Uh, and it's because I've had so much surgeries. So since I have brittle bones, the doctor that I used to have, he retired. His philosophy was to put rods in my bones, which will prevent them from breaking, which was a really really good idea. Since I met other people with all, let's just say all eye, that's the disability, same perfecta, all
Yeah,
eye. You say so all eye. I've seen other people with all eye, and they never got rods on their bones. So what happens is if the bone is broken and you don't get it fixed, the bone starts like curving, like because it's healing and it's fixing itself, but at the same time, it's not straight as it's supposed to be. Like it's
because
really
it
supposed
hasn't
to.
had the
Yeah,
structure.
yeah, it's not having that structure, not having none of that. So thankfully, I do got rods on both of my arms and on my legs. So like, if I would get a fracture, yeah, the bone will messed up, but it wouldn't get as messed up as it wouldn't like break like a stick. Like you break a
Yeah.
stick in two, you have one part and one part. This one will break a little bit, but you'll still it'll be a little bit curved or whatever, but it wouldn't be as bad as without the rod.
Well, that's good that
Mm,
they at least have a form of protection.
Yeah,
Is that
so that's so streaming. I like as I stream, like people just see I'm in a wheelchair, or whatever. But thankfully right now, present day, everything's good, and it doesn't bother me. It hasn't been bad like it used to back then. Cause back then it was bad. So back then, like little, like let's just say, there's a story I always say. One time I was in middle school, I tried to staple my own paperwork for school, like using a stapler. I tried to do it, and my thumb just like you just hear the crack,
oh
and you couldn't play video games for that until like 2 weeks until it got healed up, or like I gave it a week 'cause I really wanted to play, but I was my aim was pretty bad. But yeah, like I said, it gets um it was bad back then. So imagine just trying to staple something. You don't even need pressure right there or any type of power, like and boom, that's how easily my balls
that
would
is
break back
crazy.
then. Yeah,
Um,
that's how weak they were.
it's intense to say the least.
No, it
The
was, it was pretty bad.
and in that sense improved since you've just developed more.
I guess since I became older, so the way it works is when you get older, uh, everything starts improving. As in like your physicality and stuff like that. So I think after you hit puberty, I think that's what the doctor was telling, because they don't really understand either.
That's
So you
crazy.
start hitting puberty or whatever, and then your bones get a little bit stronger. So I guess that helped, and yeah,
Huh. I never knew that about that.
yeah,
So it's mostly juvenile prevalent.
yeah. I guess it was juvenile around those. I mean, I like I said, I met other people, and they still get fractures like that. But
Yeah.
thankfully, I've been good. I've been good.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good at least. It's always good to hear progress with those types of.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Well,
I like I
oh,
don't
by the way, it's
experience that.
OI. It's OI Innocent Perfecta. I got type 6. So there's different types. So
Oh,
type 1 and type 2, I forgot. Type 1 and type 2 and up to type 3, they could walk. And then 1 and 2, they could walk. They still got fractures or they can do many things, but no, they can't. But then it goes to 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 6. For some reason, I'm 6. So, like, I don't know if it gets worse, but it also could be like different things. We have different like I guess symptoms. Let's just call them symptoms or whatever. But
now
yeah.
is it the higher the number, the more symptoms, so to speak?
It could be. I really never understood why I'm type 6, but I'm type. That's what the doctors kept telling me. I'm type 6. So
Huh.
it was probably because that's how severe it was back in the day.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That would, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't know there was a degree of types.
Yes,
Um,
there's different types.
that is fascinating though. I mean, medical stuff is blows my mind at least. How many things the human body can mutate or turn things into different situations at the macro micro level. Both.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
fascinating.
intense. It's
Yeah,
intense.
it is. It really
But
is.
just the fact we as a culture have, well, with many cultures, have had the science over the years to discover the human body, what pertains in it. Just it's very very cool stuff.
It
Um,
is.
but I do have a question. With the situation with OI, did you deal with being bullied a lot? And
Uh,
if you did, like, what did it take to overcome those struggles?
yeah, I was, I guess, in middle school. I mean, there's always gonna be like bullies everywhere. So in middle school and high school, there was a couple of them. Middle school, uh, I did had like a couple of them, and then it is annoying, because I will be on regular classes. So even though I was in a wheelchair, like I'll still take regular class and go to regular everything except for like PE where you got to do physical education. I just wouldn't go there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'll have everything. I'll be pre-AP or advanced classes until I got to high school. And then, I was like, nah, this ain't for me. It was getting too hard, so I stopped doing that. And then, anyways, I was getting like bullied by, there's people out there, but I mean, I always had more friends. So, like in middle school, like they'll start bothering me. They would like, if they were bothering you, let me know. I would let them know, and then they would check them, and then I would not get bullied no more.
No,
And
that's
it is
great.
annoying in the moment. It does. Like, I mean, everybody that gets bullied or get like something negative called on, like we try to act like we don't care, but until you gotten so much or whatever, that's when you actually don't care. But back then, since I was like uh, what was I, like a teenager? Like it would bother me, but eventually, I just got used to it, and I was like, that's when I started realizing like why am I giving them attention or whatever? Why am I like the more that I pay attention to whatever they're saying, the more it's gonna bother me. So I stopped
Yeah.
doing that, and I learned from it, and eventually, like I said, you get used to like people like not liking you. Because even I have a disability, but there's other people that don't have nothing that still get bullied, And like
Yeah.
I feel them in the moment, like you don't know what to do. You're like sad, makes you upset, and like I mean, you are supposed to feel that way because that's what they're trying to make you. But that's when you gotta learn to like, it's okay to feel that way. But at the end of the day, whatever they say, they're nobody. So why pay attention to them?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, there's no stance that should be taken, um, especially in a public school, where
Yeah,
you have to force someone to think a certain way because you don't like them. I mean,
yeah,
it's just toxic. No one wants to come to that environment daily. So,
yeah. It sucks. It really does suck. And it's hard for people to learn. Well, I
but
mean,
I mean,
especially back then.
yeah, and it doesn't go away. I mean, there's been anti-bullying programs for years, and I mean, it's just like with anything else.
Mm,
It's all about moderation. You got to take your health into account, take that space away from people.
yeah, to be honest. Yeah, I agree.
With that said, uh, was there anything in particular that helped you overcome that struggle?
I guess I will say friends, like I said.
Yeah.
In middle school, I remember this one kid, he used to always bother me in engineering class. And then one day I saw him in the hallway. And I was with some of the upperclassmen, and then they kept telling me, if anyone bothers you, tell us. And I did tell them, I'm like, that guy over there always bothers me. And it's a funny story because I was like, you know what, man, go, that guy over there. And I remember I pointed at him. They went up to him like, hey, I don't know what they told him, but that was it. That guy didn't tell me nothing no more. And then we
Oh,
became
man.
cool. So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, uh, your own friends or like your own mindset is what's gonna get you up there. I feel like it starts with your mindset. You know, as long as they're not doing anything physically to you, you shouldn't get bothered by it. You should learn how to not get bothered by it. You know.
Yeah,
Now,
I'd
if it
agree.
comes to physical or they're like beating you up or like big things like that, and they keep like doing stuff and like I said, if
Yeah,
it comes to
pursuing.
physicality, yeah, if it comes to the point where they're in physical, punching you, pushing you, or whatever, then yeah, that's when actually you got to do something about it. And at that point, you just tell anybody to whatever, and then like if they do punch you or anything, that's assault. So you just like do something about it,
Yeah, yeah. Put your foot to the ground.
But if
Stand your
it's like
ground.
them calling your names, I feel it starts with yourself. Like know who you are, and like
Yeah,
basically if you're a pinch, let's just say, oh, they're calling you short, and then you keep, if that is bothering you. So basically, somebody calls you short, right? And that is bothering you. Oh, he called me short. You're basically agreeing with them because you're like, oh yeah, damn, I am short. No, you're not supposed to go with them. You know what I mean? You're supposed to like, man, I don't care what that guy says. Anyways, move on next. You know,
Yeah.
that's what you gotta do. You can't be like letting that one person bring you down because if they bring you down, that's basically confirming what they're saying, and that's where the issue becomes an issue.
Yeah, no,
So
I'd agree. That's
yeah,
one of the values with Stoicism that I try to follow is mental fortitude,
yeah,
having
it's
fortitude
in your
and just
mindset. Eh,
yeah,
Everything's
exactly.
on your mindset,
Yeah,
and it's
you have to have the courage to say no. I don't want to. I want to dismiss this because it doesn't pertain to me.
yeah, you have to like have a strong mindset in order to like really not get bothered by a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of botherance when it comes to social situations that can definitely penetrate your mind if you don't have a firm stance. That's something I've learned with working in the workforce, the service industry especially. Like sometimes it is just a professional thing. Like it's not a personal thing. You have to let it go.
Yeah, that is true.
So, what brought you out of your box, so to speak, of letting loose your content creation? Was there any certain moment that made you want to push out of that theoretical box? If so,
I wouldn't say like just theoretical box. It's just more myself. In high school, I was really shy, like really, really shy. Like it was even hard for me to say hi to somebody, or like it was even hard for me to like make friends. So the high school I went was really like around my area. It's like a really, really smart school, and so I was like one of the only Hispanics in there. Like you could apparently there was like 10 Hispanics in my class, which was class 2016. Everybody else was like either Asians or like Middle Eastern or like there was no like whites or Africans, Americans. It was like really basically just a lot of like Asians. That's what it mostly covered. So you know, I feel like we get along with our own race mostly. I talk Spanish, so in middle school, I have a lot of friends because there was a lot of Hispanics, so it was easy for me to like talk to them and stuff like that. So when I went to high school, I went in with the mindset of middle school, but then I realized there was not a Hispanics, so it's a whole new learning situation, and I couldn't like really communicate with them. I don't know why, mostly because I was shy. So I was in my own little box all high school until I got out of high school. Then I went to college for a little bit, and that's when I started really, really learning to put myself out there. So that, so then that I realized that I could put myself out there and make friends without like an issue and stuff like that. That's when I was like, you know what, it's time for me. Like, if I could do it here with people around me, I'm pretty sure I could do it. People on like a screen or a monitor or whatever, wherever they're watching me from, you know. So that's what really put me out there. Just myself learning to like not be shy and like learning to like people are really gonna like me for who I am, and I don't have to be fake out there. So I guess until I really got out my box in real life or whatever, you just take real life. That's what made me really get out the box to like actually start streaming or building my own platform.
now would you say college
Mm.
helped you understand the importance of networking,
Yeah.
or was it like the situation of just being out of high school? Oh man, I'm at the next step of life. Like, what
Ye-
do I do?
yeah. So like basically, when you get out of high, I feel like this happens to everyone, which is a good point. Once you get out of high school, you're in the real world. That's what they always say. So like you're no longer going to school for free. You're no longer like you're out there actually trying to get the degree or whatever, so you can like get a good job. That's supposedly what the mindset is. So you're basically over there competing with others at that point. You're trying to be better. You're trying to be better than others at the same time, so you can get that job or do whatever you're going for. Either be a doctor, lawyer, psychologist, or whatever. So at that point, that's when I started realizing this is the real world. This is people are trying to better themselves. And that's what like really made me like talk to them, uh build more friends, help each other out more. and stuff like that. I was already doing that in high school, but just like with close people, like people like uh I will get to. So the thing I really do is like meeting new people, as in like, oh, you're friends with that guy and that guy is my friend and stuff like that. So it becomes a domino effect. So that's when I start getting better with, and I start getting better at it, and that's when I realized in college, uh, I did better. So that's what got me kind of out of my box.
Yeah, it was like a better environment for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's honestly very insightful.
Yeah.
Is there anyone who inspired you on that journey or mentored you along your path?
Mm, I really like learning from like the best of the, like, as in like people that become really like famous or stuff like that. So what I would not say I have a specifically a mentor. Uh, because I feel like I learned everything myself. Nobody was
Yeah.
there like, oh, keep it up, except my mom. But like other than that, nobody really told me like what to do and stuff like that. It was basically myself that you have to learn from. You have to learn yourself in order to be out there. But what I like doing when it comes to that, I do like going to YouTube and like from the best of the best. Let's say, um, one of my favorite ones that has a really good mindset was uh, Kobe Bryant, which is kind of, I don't even watch basketball like that, but his mentality was crazy. It's all about hard work. It's all about dedication. So I watch quotes that he'll say or interviews, and that like hypes me up. That makes me learn. Or other
Yeah.
people, not just from basketball, soccer, anywhere. From actors, actresses. Like I like learning from them. Like I like learning what they went through. Their Because everybody that actually makes it in the real, like makes it to become really famous or really successful, they went through a lot, like a
Oh,
lot.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's part of my biggest draw towards Stoicism is
Yeah.
looking at the philosophers and like their positions in life where one had to deal with the politics of Rome for 60 years and the other had to rule the whole country while trying to be fair to his values and his morals. Like there's a lot that goes into the balance of uh,
It's a lot.
having an important role, having a responsibility. Um,
Yeah.
and there's just so many cases of great people, man, to learn from. Like that's why
Yeah.
I value history. I really do value history. My most favorite form of history is anthropology, like the
Oh
study of
yeah.
people and culture.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that stuff, man. Because you can learn so much just from opening your ears and your mental mind.
Yeah. Yeah. It does.
But with that in mind, actually, do you hope to attract a Hispanic audience with more of your content?
Yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
what's
Um,
what's with the style? Like, are you happy with the diversity that you've gotten from it, or
yeah. Well, I really don't care. Whether they're Hispanic, white, African Americans, uh, Asians. I really don't care. But at the same time, I do feel like we're always like more. We get we get pulled to our own race. And I feel
no?
like
I
right
totally
now,
understand.
right now, like with the Hispanics, like literally, I don't think I personally don't know any Hispanic Apex player like that or content creator. You know, so like it kind of puts me out there. I feel like when they're like, oh look, he's Mexican and he plays Apex, or like or
Yeah, no,
sometimes I do
it's
funny
a
or something
vibe.
dumb things. Yeah, they connect with me. And then they see me, I'm a cool person or chill person or just like to talk smack, every now and then. So like they like that. And it's not that I'm doing that on purpose, it's just who I am. I like doing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
No,
I
and
do I don't
you're
get
raw.
bothered by what race they are or who are they or who aren't they. But I do actually enjoy, like, it's Hispanics, it's our, we gotta support each other. That's the way I see it. Not just us, but everyone else. But if they find some type of connection with me, because I'm Mexican or they're Hispanic or whatever, then that's where you start. So I
Yeah, yeah,
basically feel like the moment you connect with somebody, I mean, the moment you start liking somebody, it has to be by something y'all share a common interest in. You know what I mean? So that's a great way to like start bonding. Um, I'll call it the friendship or whatever. So if people see I play Apex and we're like, oh, okay, Apex is too broad, so you gotta break it down. Oh, look, he's Hispanic, and then boom. So I'm in that, so they connect with that. Or
yeah.
boom, he's pretty good, or he's funny, or he's bad at the game, or whatever, Then they connect with that. So that helps out.
No,
So
I totally
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I think it makes sense. Like, I mean, like that's the background you have, right?
yeah. That's
So
my
you're
background.
able to
Yeah,
connect with those people, especially like foods, talk,
yeah,
smack. Smack
yeah.
talk, gaming competition is definitely a real thing, and it definitely depends where you're from, what
Yeah, it
kind of
does.
smack you're gonna talk, man. Because I've heard a lot of different smack talk.
Yeah, yeah, all different languages. Yeah,
But no, I love it, man. It's part of the diversity that does make gaming super awesome, um,
yeah, I
and really
agree.
special to our times. You've said in the past that the negative people don't bother you, but
Yeah,
they in fact boost your motivation for creation. Were there certain aspects and certain emotions you had to keep in check when dealing with that part of the audience?
yeah, yeah. For sure. You do gotta like at times like it all depends on how's your day going. So like if you're having a good day, no, they won't bother you. But if you're having a bad day and then you got people talking smack, then it will end up like bringing you down. So it has happened before. I'm not gonna act like it doesn't bother me, but I try my best to minimize it. One of the so I watch UFC and there's a UFC fighter. UFC fighters they call it the noise. So you gotta like minimize the noise. You gotta cancel the noise, like lower it, like don't hear the noise. And the noise is trying to bring you down. The noise will try to bring you down. They will tell you you're not good enough. You're not this. You're that. Or by what? You, or your looks. That's how they try to bring you down. So that's their goal. Their goal is to bring you down. So the way I see things, sometimes if I'm having a bad day and then they start talking or whatever, like the people, the trolls, then it will bother me. I try my best not to. But then again, I'm like, that's when I have in the back of my head, like, you know what? It's not worth it. Why give them that attention? That's what they want. That's what they're seeking. Move on. And
Yeah.
like, you just be better than them. Because why would I lower myself for people that don't really appreciate me? I gotta be strong for those that do.
Yeah, yeah, putting your best foot forward.
Yeah,
Actions speak louder than words. Taking that high road does matter, especially in a professional atmosphere. I know a lot of people that value and respect that right off the bat. If you just take the time to actually be genuine with your actions, um, which a lot of these people, it's just a facade, right? Like they want to kill time. They're like, I don't want to interact with just a game. I want to interact with the community because I'm someone that needs to have an ego here and take your time out of your day.
yeah, yeah.
I
To be
I,
honest,
I hate that kind of mentality. I don't understand why people use the internet like that.
yeah,
Honestly,
it's
it,
weird, but it
it
is
it
what
is
it is.
weird. It is what it is. Exactly. It's just a subset. There's got to be the yin to the yang.
Yeah.
um, but is there something that you feel like you could improve about your lifestyle?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I procrastinate a lot. Like, let's just say when making YouTube videos, I got the content and stuff. I just become procrastinate, or sometimes the thing about myself that I really gotta work on is stop being like I do like sometimes I'm not disciplined, I guess. But I do just gotta work more and like really keep working. I do like see like every day like trying to improve something new. Uh, but yeah, stop being procrastinator. That's one of the main things.
Yeah, get in line. Guru.
Yeah, just get it done. Basically, get
Yeah,
it done.
well, yeah, I mean, but so many people struggle with that same thing, man.
Yeah, that's
It's
one.
it really has to do with the morale thing, I think, most times too. A lot of us don't want to adopt something new to our plate because we feel like we're going to miss out on something else. More like, at least for me, it's been more about trying to live in the moment in the
Yeah.
past years. So I'm trying to also do the same thing as form a
Mm,
structure.
I mean, it happens.
It does, yeah, it most definitely does, especially if you tend to be busy. Like
Yeah,
things occur, things come up. Um, is streaming something you really plan to pursue for the long haul, and why is
yeah,
that?
yeah. I do think I'm gonna keep doing it. See where it takes me, and you know, like if I'm seeing results that are working, then might as well keep going. It is a struggle, but I will get better at it.
And that's a good mindset, man.
Yeah,
Uh, keeping the positives rather than negatives in check. I mean, everything's gonna have a negative, but I try to view things, at least more recently, as an investment of time, and
yeah, that
I'm
is
just
true.
taking that time, to work on myself and make some connections.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, connections what's gonna get you out there.
I agree. And people don't value the one-on-one connections enough.
Yeah, that's
I
what's
I,
gonna get you out there.
I couldn't agree more. Um, so Guru, would you consider being in your 20s an advantage when it comes to content creation?
Uh, yes, and at the same time, not really, because if you're entertaining or people like you for who you are, then I don't think age is really a big like I don't think it's a problem or an obstacle like that. I guess probably, but nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. It depends on what type of community you're trying to make. But I
Yeah,
doubt it. I don't think so.
yeah, no, I could see that being the case. Like, maybe a 20-year-old does better on adventure content, outdoor
Yeah,
recreational content, than like say a 12-year-old, because most people are gonna identify the older individual as more skilled, um, at least for the outdoor physical behaviors. Um,
and so I don't
but
really see it as an issue.
yeah, no, I definitely see your point. Um, what are some challenges your age faces on the streaming front?
Mm, let's see. Let's see. Like any challenges will be. I really don't know actually. I feel
Yeah,
like the challenges come individually, because we are going through different things. So like my challenges wouldn't be the same as others, you know. So let's
no,
just
that's
say
completely fair.
I don't have the good enough equipment or stuff like that. Then I don't think age matters. It's just I don't have it, or maybe I'm too young to have money like that. Then I guess age does come in place. But other than that, I don't really see it.
Yeah,
You know?
it's more of a situational thing than
Yeah.
overall,
Yeah.
rather than age at all. Yeah, no, I can definitely see the merit in that. I agree. Have you ever been mocked for your hustle? What keeps you focused on your goals for your community?
Well, I'm just focused like maybe like cause like I said, I cancel the noise, so like I just pay attention to what I want and I see the results. So I get new followers or I get new subs. Then I see like I'm getting somewhere, even with the negativity or whatever. So that's what keeps me motivated.
Yeah, the end goal
Yeah,
focus is
yeah,
yeah, that makes up a lot of the power behind what you do in the everyday, because it all correlates in the end if you just stick to it.
yeah. That's how I keep it going.
No, and that's really good. Um, are there any wild stories you'd like to share that you've had on stream?
Mm, so far, I guess that Wow. I mean, I guess last weekend, it's not that wild, but it was pretty interesting. Last weekend I went to Arlington, Texas for a Call of Duty event, and I
Oh,
met
really?
someone around it, like, hey, I watch your streams, and that was the first person I apparently met. But he was on my TikTok streams, but still, that was the first time I ever met someone that, hey, I know you from your streams, or I seen your live stream, which was pretty crazy for me. Uh, I was really shocked and like excited. I didn't knew that was gonna happen, but that was fun. That was pretty fun.
That's super awesome, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad to hear that because
yeah,
that's definitely a special moment.
yeah. It was.
It's one of those surreal things I'd imagine where you're
Yeah, it was
just
pretty crazy.
traveling and you're like, what? Oh, you learned off of social media. Whoa.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Crazy.
crazy.
Um, are there any moments in particular that stood out to you that happened on stream that maybe like aren't usually the normal thing to happen?
I
Even if
mean, the
that's
the
like,
ones that I enjoy the most, I guess, will probably be like, there's nothing like when people are like, oh, they really connect with me and they're like, I appreciate your streams, or, you know, like, thank you for being whatever, like a cool streamer, stuff like that. I really do. I really do enjoy getting those type of messages and stuff.
you really value your connections with
Oh
fans.
yeah, individually, also individually, like that's what matters for me the most.
That's
Yeah,
strong. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's strong to have those core followings. I mean,
yeah.
keeping
That's
it keeping it real is always a good line of thinking in my mind.
yeah. So that's what I like. I really enjoy from that.
That's awesome, Guru. I think that's great. Um, are there any channels, books, or podcasts you would recommend to the audience?
Really don't watch. I really don't watch podcasts. It's hard for me to watch. I don't even watch other streamers. I do like watching. No, dude. Like honestly, everything I look up is on YouTube, and it's just like I don't really watch Apex content like that. I actually just watch. Uh, I mostly watch Call of Duty, and I don't even play that game. But I really don't have any bugs or none of that stuff. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't know. I'm not good with that.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, that's the whole point of asking this is uh, for the viewers that maybe aren't. They're like,
yeah,
because I'm very bad at reading books or keeping up with reading books. Some people can just demolish through them, and I'm
yeah. No, I know some
intimidated by
people
that.
really and they enjoy it. It's because that's the thing. You gotta do what you enjoy the most. If people
Yeah,
like reading books, then might as well do that. If not, then just do something else. Whatever you
yeah,
enjoy.
I wholly agree, and that's kind of what I've settled with is I prefer my audio content um,
Yeah.
most times. Is there anything you'd like to announce that you're coming up with?
Right now, just basically streaming. So, uh, just keep on doing the same routine: streaming, posting on YouTube, posting on TikTok. Uh, no big plans yet, but eventually something a good idea will come up in my head, and like we work from there. But other than that, I feel like I'm doing good with what I'm doing, so I'm just keep doing the same,
Good, good.
and that's it.
That's great, Guru. Are there any quotes that you have for us you'd like to close with?
Let me see. There was one that I just my bad for that. There was one that I had. Like, I saw this. It was like a documentary or whatever from like this pro player, one of the best ones in Dota, and he was the coach. He became the player, and he won. He actually won a lot of champions like that. And one thing that I really like what he said was like, as long as there's light, if there's light, there will be darkness, and you just gotta embrace both of them. Because without one, the other one doesn't exist. And I was like, ooh, that's nice. I was like, that's true because sometimes there's light, and then you'll have good days, and then you'll have bad days. But if you have a bad day, then one day eventually you're gonna have a good day, and then that's what one correlates with the other one. You need both of them to be in your life to like motivate you. So like if everything is good, everything's good, everything's good, then there's something bad going on that you're not really paying attention. So like you need both of them in order to like maintain a balance and embrace both of them. So I kind of like that. I don't know if he said it like that properly, but uh, that's how it went. So
No, I couldn't agree more.
yeah,
I think that's what pulled me away from a more negative mindset, because for a while there I was, listening to conspiracy theories, like political content, like the general stuff that people get
yeah.
into and they're
I just
really
feel like
driving down.
political and stuff like that. That's more like for like society making you think how they society making you think. I feel like when it comes to political, it's basically what society wants you to. It's how you're gonna be left or right. So you
Yeah,
have to choose
yeah,
a side, and that's where it messes you up because you might think you're have some thoughts for being a left, but at the same time you're a right. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
and when you think about political statuses or political, uh, you're basically letting society choose for you. You're not really being yourself. You know, and that's why you're already causing an issue with that. It shouldn't be like that. That's
I
why when it
agree.
comes but politics, I really don't pay attention to that. Not because I don't care, but because once you start saying your opinions or your thoughts, then already it's societal. Like, oh, you're over there. Oh, you think like that. Oh, blah blah blah. And it's already causing an issue. Like, it
Oh
shouldn't
yeah,
really be an issue like that. Like letting people think. But I mean, it is what it is.
yeah. When people get on me about it, I am quick to tell them that I'm independent for a reason. I
Yeah.
I don't want to be red. I don't want to be blue. I want to be a person on planet Earth that wants to help people.
Mm, yeah.
I don't necessarily want to create more trouble in society.
Yeah. That is true.
That's generally it. Like, if you treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. We all understand that clean water and
Yeah,
healthy
that's my
food is a
mindset
good
too.
thing. Like,
Yeah, that's my mindset too.
yeah, man, I really don't have a lot of complaints when it comes to um being around people, being a part of a community. I do enjoy doing this Discord work for that reason. It's
Yeah.
been a little frustrating when you're trying to get everyone on the same page, but you're not trying to be annoying, but you're trying to be consistent. But
Yeah,
then you
it's
get
hard.
inconsistent. Like, it is
Yeah,
hard.
it's hard. Yeah, it's a process you gotta learn.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's really cool having the time to talk to someone who's going through the same thing, same steps, especially on the Discord front, trying to get things going and develop new frames of content to make. So it's been my pleasure today having
No,
you on, Guru.
no, I appreciate for the invite and appreciate it. And I wish it the best. You know, just keep working, learn from the process, and eventually, with hard work and dedication, you'll see the results. You just gotta
Thank you.
keep improving.
No, I do genuinely appreciate that.
Yeah,
It's something I hope to continue to get better at. I tend to stumble over my sentences at times. So
man, it's all good.
this
Like I
is
said, it's a process.
oh,
We
absolutely.
getting better. We getting better.
It's a work in progress, indeed.
Yeah, yeah,
But
bro. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you again, and yeah, just keep working, man.
yeah, thank you so much, Guru.
I
And
appreciate it.
this has been the World Networking Podcast. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Guru and I had a great time recording together, and this is some good banter we had about his stream. So I hope that the next 2 weeks, when we interview Bros, another streamer, that also goes well, and you guys get a kick out of that. His perspective of the Twitch and YouTube communities. We are able to bring more excitement into some conversation. Anyways, I look forward to it, and you should too. we'll see you next time on the World Networking Podcast. Thanks.